Good morning, friends. This early morning session is dedicated to class 11, and we are doing supplementary. Uh, we are just going to do lesson number 3, that is Ranga's marriage. Well, friends, you may ask the question, what is this story about? Well, friends, this story is about a young man, Rangappa, whose homecoming to whose Hali village from Bangalore was a great event. Everybody wanted to see him, and everybody wanted to see an English educated person like Ranga. Everybody wanted to see what changes had come in him. Shyama, the narrator of the story, belongs to whose Hali village that is situated in the erstwhile Mysore state of South India. He narrates a story that happened 10 years ago. In the village of Karnataka, there were very few people in those time that who could know English, and nor did they bring out English words while speaking Kannada. All of them spoke Kannada. So speaking English was a rare event those days. Everybody was attracted. If someone spoke English, it was an object of attraction for everybody. So even words like change, just bringing in between the conversation of Kannada was a great event. So for the first time, a young man from a village, Hushali, was sent to Bangalore by his father to get education over there. So the village accountant, his father sent him to study there at Bangalore. This gentleman had enough courage to send his son Ranga to Bangalore to study. Ranga's homecoming was a great event. Everybody, the whole villagers crowded at his house, and they rushed to see him. Attracted by the crowd, you know, even the narrator went to see there. But Ranga was still not changed a lot. He was wearing his sacred thread over his chest. So the woman felt satisfied that he had not changed his caste and not lost his caste. Ranga did namaskara to everyone respectfully. The narrator blessed him, and he just told him that he might get married soon. Ranga bent low to touch his feet. The narrator asked, Ranga when he was going to get married. Ranga replied the narrator that he had no plan of marriage in the near future, and he also emphasized that he would not marry unless he would get a well-educated and matured girl. He would rather remain a bachelor if he would not get a suitable and well-matured girl. He will remain a bachelor. He didn't believe in arranged marriage. Ranga didn't believe in arranged marriage, and so he said, or he told the narrator that he would better remain a bachelor if he didn't get an well-educated and matured girl. These words of Ranga really, grieved the narrator. Ramarao, Ramarao was a villager. Ratna was Ramarao's niece. She had come to stay with Ramarao after the death of her father. She was from a big town and she knew how to play piano and harmonium. So she knew how to play instruments, and she also sang beautifully. Her voice was very sweet. The narrator thought that Ranga would make a good husband for Ratna, and he decided and made up his mind that he would get them married anyhow. Ranga's, was often, yes, the narrator was often a frequent visitor to Ramarao's house. The narrator often went there and talked to Ramarao. The girl was quite free and often sat in front of them. It was Friday. The narrator asked Ratna to sit in the room. She was wearing a grand sari. He sent for Ranga. Ranga stopped at the threshold of her house. He didn't want to stop singing. Meanwhile, while Ratna was singing, Ranga came over there. Having heard her beautiful voice, he stopped there. He didn't want to disrupt her singing, so he just peeped into the room and wanted to see the girl. When he saw her, he fell in love with her. It appeared as if she was the most beautiful girl and she would make a good bride for him. He asked, the narrator if she was married. The narrator told him a lie that she was married a year ago. There was a feeling of sadness over his face after hearing that she was married. But anyhow, his face shriveled and he just managed to hide his feeling. Then he decided one day to visit in the village, priest Sastriji. He had already tutored him that when Rangappa visited his house, he should say like that. He had made a plan and tutored Sastriji to say some of the important words about his future prospect. So when the narrator and Rangappa went to Sastriji, actually Sastriji wanted to know why there was a sign of sadness on the face of Ranga. He asked Ranga what was really worrying him. Then the narrator in between interrupted and said that a girl was a cause of worry on his face, and he wanted Sastriji to see the Shastra, to see some holy book and find out how could they get rid of this problem. Sastriji, as had already been tutored by the narrator to speak like that, Sastriji, after looking into the Shastra and murmuring certain words, said that he would certainly see a brighter future with that girl, but the girl's name will begin with R. That means either Ratna or a precious stone that is found in, like pearl found in the sea. And this really made it clear that the girl he would be married with her name will begin with R, and she might be Ratna or Kamla. So when they came back, the arrangement was made by the narrator once again, and Rama Rao's house was the house that they wanted to go. So Ranga and the narrator went to Rama Rao, and they just convinced him that there is a chance that Ranga would marry his niece Ratna, because he had in his mind the girl's face and perhaps he liked her. So the negotiation was successful, and finally the narrator told Ranga that the girl was not married, and there was sign of happiness on his face, and he got interested in marrying her. Finally, the marriage was arranged, and both of them, Ratna and Ranga, got married. Years rolled by, time flew away, and after some years, they were blessed with a child, a son. So Ranga invited the narrator to his house on his son's birthday, and he named his son as Shyama, the name of the narrator, just to honor the narrator. So this is the story how Ranga's homecoming was to Hosali village was a great event, and how the narrator managed to get Ranga and Ratna married. There are two aspects in the story. One aspect is that the narrator himself was a very noble person. He wanted a good husband for Ratna, as Ratna was very beautiful. She was a pretty girl of 11, and she also sang beautifully. So it was in the mind of the narrator to get them married, and he managed to get them married, and that was his effort that really made Shastriji tell about their future prospect, and he was convinced with Shastriji that the marriage with Ratna would bear a fruit for them, and that with that convincing effort, both of them got married. So there one aspect of the story is that still, I mean, in those days, speaking English was a great, I mean, event in any village, and sending anyone to Bangalore or to any city outside their village was not an easy task. It was a matter of great courage and guts for anyone to send his or her child to a city for education. That was the first village, Hoshhali, which was known for educated people, but hardly anyone could speak English. It was Ranga, and it was his father, the accountant of the village, who sent him to Bangalore to get education. So, at one aspect, we come to realize that in those days, speaking English was given greater significance, and it was considered as a sign of better education for anyone. During those days, sending someone to a city for education was a great event. In the similar way, getting two young, I mean, boy and girl married was also a great event. We see that the girl was just 11, so it was early marriage, and that was, I mean, promoted that time. Although time had changed, and now nobody believes in early marriage. The girl's marriage age has already been fixed and decided by the court. The judiciary has given the right to girl to get better education. So with the change of the time, girls' education has given more significance in the modern society. Earlier, girls were educated, but there were rare girls, very few girls. But now, majority of the girls are now getting educated, and the marriages are also held with the efforts of the parents as well as the choice of the couple. So there has been a lot of changes in the society since then, and this story explores the possibility of, I mean, still arranged marriage. Though in the main character, the protagonist of the story, the narrator and Ranga, the Ranga didn't believe in arranged marriage. He was dead against marrying a young girl unless a girl gets matured. He said he would never marry. But on the contrary, he fell in love with her at the very first sight. This clearly suggests that what Ranga said was not true. The fact was that, like any other young man, he was also attracted by her beauty and her beautiful voice. While singing, he just saw her, peeped into her room and saw her, and she was wearing a beautiful sari. So, physical beauty was also an object of attraction for Ranga, though his opinion changed suddenly about the marriage, and he got married with her. So the second aspect of the story is that the villagers were still guided by certain traditions of arranged marriage, and negotiation of marriage was with the help of a third person, the mediator, and that was believed to be true in those days. Time has changed, no doubt. Time has changed. A lot of things have happened in the society, and people still believe that girls have the right to get educated, and English education has become very common nowadays. Earlier it was not so. Getting someone to speak English in village was a rare event, but here now we'll find now and then everybody uses English word in between their own mother tongue. This clearly suggests that people have become fashionable so far as language is concerned. So all are these important aspects of the story. That is how I conclude this story. And thank you very much. Good day ahead.